Like many of you, I'm sure, I am looking for something new to try and scratch that Factorio itch. So, when I first saw Foundry, promising a voxel terrain to mine and run factories, logistics, deep production chains, all of the good stuff, I'm thinking, hell yeah, another way to forget my self-care and my family. But alas, I'm still relatively clean and my child is not neglected. So, what went wrong? As we'll see in this short video, full of my opinions and likely bad takes, the build system sounds great, but it's actually kind of annoying, especially with the foundations. Unlocking new things! Oh, more chores on the list, rather than opportunities. And expansion and optimization just means rip it all up and start again. And again. And again. And again. By no means do I hate the game, I did have some fun with it, I don't want to come across as too negative. But objectively, I think there's so many good options for games out there now, and there is another game that does each of these things better. Now if that's all the answer you needed, cheers! See you later, have a good one. But if you want to go a little bit deeper, I'll show you the beginnings of the game and we'll have a look at what made me think like this. And I've thrown this in now just because it's on screen. My god, the missing foundation block is so pointless, so unnecessary and so frustrating. Why do you need that? So, to start with, Foundry. Automation game. Get robots to mine resources for you. Which the first time you see it, kinda cool, but it leaves you feeling very uninvolved in the process, if I'm honest. Then it's cut down trees to get biomass to... I did that in Satisfactory, I don't want to do that again, that wasn't fun. Oh, but now we've got resources, we've got an assembly thing, let's put down a conveyor... Oh no, you have to use these weird loady-unloady things that are always awkward, they never point the right way, and again they need these foundations, which leads to you building everything wrong all the time and having to redo it again and again and again. Why is it in here? I don't need foundations. Whilst the conveyor belts kind of have a zoop tool, it's really slow and monotonous and awkward. It's very time consuming to turn corners and go up and down, and it's not a nice process laying conveyor belt. It's not something you want to spend a lot of time doing. Which is not something you really want to say in this genre where most people really like belts. So now, just like everything else in the genre, I'm going to mine more and more trees to build more generators, to have more power, to run more basic assembly machines till I can finally get enough of the parts to complete the tutorial. Which then rewards you with not having to hear that robot, because now you've got another robot that you're going to have to hear from that's going to guide you through the game. And honestly, it all felt a little bit childish. I appreciate many people won't love Factorio's no guide, although the new Factoriopedia is brilliant, and it is hard to do something as well as Satisfactory did. That was a really good system. And to be fair, this does give you everything you need to know, and that's the point. Now, the research tree here. It's a research tree. It didn't really do anything for me, but it wasn't offensive. But then we got into all this weird station upgrade stuff as well, and that started to seem like, why do I need so many simultaneous different routes for research and things going on? Maybe it's really interesting at very late game, but certainly at this point, I did play for a fair bit of it. I just found it an irritating other thing to have to do. I think that's because there was no direct impact. It was all through a UI, so it wasn't rewarding, it was chore simulator. Speaking of, I needed to expand where I'm building. So I've got to sit here and dig out all of this ground so that I can put down more foundation. Why do I need all this foundation? So now I'm constantly running back to grab more resources just to keep building the floor. I mean, yeah, lots of games do this to be fair, but it just didn't feel rewarding here. I've built enough that I've got all these materials available. I'm just irritated by having to go and get them. I'm not feeling rewarded that I've built them. And as you can likely see from these clips, the movement is just so... ugh. Dyson Sphere did it great, you fly over things. Satisfactory did it amazing. This game, oh, it's so annoying. Not doing a great job of sounding positive or neutral. There are some features I do like. I thought this lift was quite a cool idea. It bores its way down to some underground cavern filled with lava where you can only get specific resources or do certain processing. Honestly can't remember at this point. By having belts feed down and up this elevator so that you can do certain things with it in a different area, that's quite a cool idea. I did like that. So then I got onto the power poles and the pipes and the fluids, and I thought, oh, this could be interesting, and then it wasn't. It was just walking a long way to drag pipes to do basically the same thing you've already done with a belt, but with a pipe. I'm not feeling the challenge here. I'm not feeling the need for availability of or reward of logistics. I'm not seeing design matters other than does it fit, and literally nothing else seems relevant. It's not scratching any itches at all. Foundry isn't a bad idea in itself. It comes across as Minecraft meets Factorio, which sounds great, but the challenge is Minecraft in isolation is just blocks. There's nothing else to it really, it's just move block. As far as emulating Factorio goes, well, where is it? There's no need for smart thinking or logic or anything like that. It's just not there. So to summarise the issues, friction. It's not the good kind either. It's the type that makes you just go, why is this harder than it has to be? It's been done so many times before, better. And I think a lot of that comes to the way that they wanted to do this. It really encourages iteration. But what that actually means is, hey, you're at the start of the game, you're going to do this thing, you're going to get this thing making, hey, that's great, awesome, well done. Now we need to increase the amount you're making. Oh, I don't have space to do that. I didn't build for that because you didn't tell me nor give me the option. I guess I'll rip everything apart and start again. Then the funny little robot says, hey, well done, now make this thing. Oh, I can't do that, I don't have space, I don't have the ability, you didn't tell me I needed to do that. I'll rip everything down and start again. Now, I'm not saying other games don't have this. I've rebuilt many's the base of Factorio, but I've never felt the need to other than because I chose to. Or even if you're a brand new player, you don't know what you're doing, you're messing around, you don't leave space, you don't have to rebuild it immediately within the first 10 minutes of gameplay. You can run with that for hours and hours and hours in other games like Factorio. Here, it seems to be the idea of the game. It's like the tutorial design was play for 5 minutes, rebuild everything, play another 5, rebuild everything again, and that's just irritating, especially as it's not that quick and simple to do. And that tied in with the progression. It didn't feel like, hey, I've got something cool that I can do now. It felt like, oh, great, I've got a new thing, let's rip literally everything up and start from scratch again. The only way to get around that is to be experienced in these kind of games and to build for the future, leave everything expandable, but that's a very monotonous, uninteresting way to build, especially when you're new to a game. You want to see what's going on with it, you want to see the new stuff. I don't want to have to build everything with 30 lanes of buses because I might need them in 10 hours time. I'd rather just be able to build and play at smaller scale and, you know, build a separate factory or something later on, but that just didn't feel like an option here. Now, I did like the option for verticality. I think it could have been done better, but at least we've got it. It's something. And I did like the voxel terrain. That was an interesting thing to have. Did it do much for me, though? No, I'd rather just play Satisfactory and start building in the sky, using the foundations and that. This doesn't do enough, unfortunately. And when I think why that preference is there, it's that Satisfactory has better movement. It has better graphics, it has more of a logic requirement, it has more of a reward system that actually feels rewarding. It doesn't feel like Minecraft where you just place block because you wanted to place block. It's kind of what this feels like though. It gives the impression that someone came up with a great idea and fed it into AI, and AI misunderstood it and took the bad parts of Minecraft that aren't really good for this genre. Now, in interest of fairness, I must say, I don't do pretty buildings, I don't do houses, I don't do aesthetics. I am here for efficiency and productivity. The factory must grow. My honest advice to anyone out there looking at this game is, if you love the genre, you love playing them all, absolutely go for it. It's not a horrible game by any means, it just didn't quite do it for me. What I would suggest, there is a lot of different stuff out there that could be worth trying, especially if you're willing to slip genres just a bit. Definitely try out Space Engineers, have a look at Stationeers. Captain of Industry is a fantastic way of playing the genre. Dyson Sphere's got some unique and interesting elements, especially if you love sci-fi. And there's so much still coming out over the next couple years, which is fantastic. And I'm going to try out what I can, and I'll try and make videos that give honest impressions like this. So hopefully you found this useful. Cheers.